Hi, everybody. This is Jeff, and I had jury duty today, so I'm home a little bit early. And I think there might be enough light for me to give you a quick tour of the new landscape. Several of you have been asking about it, so without much ado, here's the next installment in the continuing saga of 201 Mariposa. I apologize for the clutter. We've had a convalescing kitty cat, so the cage is out, and various things strewn about. And hey, it's bright out here. What we got? Let's see. Better Homes and Gardens. Guitar Center catalog. And not mine. So here's our new front walk. We were going to do kind of a stone twisty thing, but the historic preservation board had some issues with it, so we went with a straight concrete walk as they suggested, and as a result they were willing to not be too concerned about some of the other things that we were doing, so it was a bit of a quid pro quo. Welcome to local politics and government. So the back area, we were actually planning originally just to do this in all granite, and we're not sure, or gravel rather, and we're not sure the sod back here is really going to grow because it won't get a whole lot of light, but we're going to give it a shot. Back in the very back section, we went ahead and moved our rain barrel. You'll see we moved our air conditioning unit back here. Just bedded this in and gravel, so no muss, no fuss. The rain barrel connects to a hose that runs under this gravel and comes out in a soaker hose. You can kind of just barely see it right down there, and that runs along the edge of the fence to sort of disperse the condensate. On a warm day, we'll fill a 50-gallon rain barrel in the course of an afternoon. So it's pretty good to have that running off someplace. And this is the front yard. You can see the sages that were here are gone. We've got a much larger bed, and all of this that I'm walking on is sod. Main sprinkler box cut off thingy. Let's see. Plan called for a sago palm here, but I don't like sago palms and palm trees in general, particularly not in a native landscape, so we went with a rock instead. You may recognize a lot of that. That's knockout rose, foxtail fern. Lisa knows all of the plants. I don't know all that many of them. Here's the front section from the street. Had too much of a grade here just to do steel edging, so we kind of finished that off with kind of a little miniature stone edging. Most of this was originally going to be a creeping cover like Asian jasmine, but it turned out to be real expensive, so we scaled back. And we're doing lantana and other knockout rose and various other broad covers. Let's see. And there's kind of the overall shot of the front. I'll walk around. And like I said, everything's just more beds and probably not quite half bed space as opposed to turf, but certainly a lot more than we had before. This is all now more ordered and structured than it was. Left all the existing trees, although they will probably have to go before too terribly long. There's our box wood. Here's our fence. You can see there was no fence here before. This was a round bed around the loquat tree, which is now sort of another curvy deal. Stepping stones here on the way to our friend Dr. Hughes's house, and finally some nice sod on the little utility easement there around. And from here you can see, once again, we were going to do a full walk, and we may do that later, but to keep costs down, we scaled back to just flagstones. Here's our gate. Oh, needs adjustment. And there's the bed that encloses the existing mesquite tree. I think it looks really nice. It kind of settles it into its own space back here, and this is intended to be space for herbs. I'll give you I can't see because of the glare, but hopefully you can get kind of a good perspective on what we did for the patio. It looks real nice, and then more flagstones kind of back to the back. Once again, no sago palm. We used a moss rock instead, and rosemary. There's going to be more herbs there. Still got some good, space here on the beds. Drip irrigation still goes to it. We did a whole sprinkler system too. There's 6 total zones, 5 of which are operable right now, 3 sprayer zones, 1 drip zone for all of the flower beds and planting beds, and I still have an independent zone for the garden when we decide to resurrect that later. Garage still looks poor. Move the fountain back here. I'll give you another kind of view from the inside looking out. And I didn't do anything with the back. Just left it for the chickens, who are right now engaged in a dust bath. And say hi to everybody, girls. Should we give them some scratch? Do they deserve some scratch? I think they do. And just everything's so wet right now because we're still trying to get the sod established, so we're watering 3 times a day, and so I've got this little thing here to keep my feet from getting too muddy. We'll see if they have any interest in this. This is what I'm going to pick up and shake. Anybody? Hey, there's one. This is Beatrice, little greedy guts. She's always the first to the party. I'll put that up here. I don't generally do this one-handed, so it's a bit of a challenge here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll keep them happy. Chicky! Hey, there's some. Yeah, all right, okay. All right, everybody. Yeah, that's right. Y'all thought Daddy forgot about you. Yeah. Let's hear you bark, Beatrice. Go on. That's what I thought. They're funny chickens. There you go. Not going for that. A little bit more. There you go. There. This scratch is real high in corn, which they really like to crack corn, but it's not good for them. It's like it's fine to have every once in a while, but you can't just feed them that. It'd be like eating pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Probably a lot of fun, but not very wise from a health perspective. And that's it. Here's our beautiful little house, our beautiful little landscape. You want to see it one more time? Okay. I will have Lisa inform everybody what all of these plants are, because I don't know all of them. That's Cupia, though, bat-faced Cupia. It's pretty neat. Let's see if I can. Or is it? Maybe that's something else. Nah, it beats me. Lisa knows all. Alright. Lots of positive comments from the neighbors, of course. So we just did the neighborhood a pretty nice turn, I think. Let's see here. Which house would I rob? I think I'll pick this one with a nice landscape. I'm probably going to have to edit that out. Alright. Yeah. Hello, 201. Hello, mail. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.